Hello students. Today we will discuss how to take class effectively in campus as well as online. This video is part of a Bright Student series. I will try to upload more related videos soon for your betterment. I'm Dr. Osama and you are watching my channel. First, let's discuss important items for a student to take class effectively. First, I will discuss the items which a student must possess while taking a class in campus. Notebook is first and most important part along with the ballpoint. There are different sizes of notebook available in the market, but I think size equivalent to or bigger than your normal practical notebook is better. In fact, A5 and B5, which are slightly longer and wider, are best to record lectures at university level. Very small size pads or pocketbooks are not good to record lectures. Similarly, ring binding is superior compared to stapled or saddle stitch notebook because in ring binding, pages are free to move yet firmly gripped with notebook, while in saddle stitch or glue binding types, there is difficulty in page movement, and if you tear one page, book binding may have a loose grip over pages and extra page may also break out. Now I will discuss few writing tools with you. Although fountain pen is considered to improve handwriting, but it cannot be used for speed writing. Moreover, it also needs more care like ink filling, pen cleaning, etc. On the other hand, the ballpoint or pointers are excellent for speed writing. They are cheap and disposable and usually require less care. Lead pencil is excellent for drawing because you can create different shades and can be easily erased. We use pencils in field-based tagging because lead writing is weather resistant and does not fade away under sun or washed away under rain. However, for normal class lecture, I personally discourage the use of pencil because it needs frequent sharpening and care. Secondly, there are the tools which I think a good student should have for their own ease. First, if you have any related notes regarding the lecture, it is better to bring them in the class. Secondly, a student should also have either a mini pack of tissue paper or a personal handkerchief. Both these items have many uses like wiping tears, drying hands, after washroom or any other stuff like that. Thirdly, I highly recommend that students should have a water bottle along with him. Not a fancy one, just normal small water bottle can be purchased from any store. Later, after use, you can refill it from any filtration plant in your campus. It is better for you. In case of optional items, nothing is mandatory, but if students have these things, it further ease their performance. The first one is student may carry a bag. Different sizes, different types are available in the market. You can choose according to your own preferences. Similarly, I also recommend if you have practical classes in the field, you should bring a hat, preferably a hat made of cotton or wool, sorry, a cloth, so that you can fold it and you can place it in your bag. A plastic ruler, small plastic ruler, is also often used and required by students. So it is better to have a plastic ruler along with you. First, let's discuss important items for a student to take class effectively. To take an online class lecture, students' prime focus should be on a stable internet connection. If you are living in a city, then DSL connection or any network like 3G, 4G is not an issue. But in remote areas like villages, signals become significant issue in online classes. I always recommend students in remote areas not to rely on their cell phone network because they receive 2G or 3G connection there. It is better to purchase a proper 4G device for that purpose. In Pakistan, now almost all companies have launched their 4G devices. Keeping in view that which company tower is in your vicinity or closest to you, you may purchase that company 4G device. Phone, laptop or tablet should be properly charged before class to avoid battery low issues. Notebook and ballpoint points are same as previously discussed. However, in online class, small size notebooks like pads are also effective because in online classes you only have to write hints and it is easier to carry small size notebooks. The tools, the second one is the tools you should have, and I personally recommend students to use either headphone or hands-free. Even you can use Bluetooth headphones or hands-free for taking lectures. Both of these make it easier for you to listen the lecture without any disturbance from surrounding. If teacher has provided any notes to you, it is also better to open them in front of you and write over these notes instead of writing over notebook. I will discuss important things which a student must do before taking a class. Important points for student to take class in campus. First of all is breakfast. I must say that no student should ever come to campus without proper breakfast. Your brain needs energy for proper thinking and learning, and without breakfast, you are just damaging your brain tissues. Secondly, always take a shower in the morning before coming to campus. It not only makes you fresh, but also gives a boost to your whole body apart from enhancing your look and personality. In dress, I never said that wear brands or do something costly, but I always say that wear clean clothes and try to make an appropriate combination. For boys, pant shirt with shoes or sandal. Similarly, shalwar kameez with sandal and shoes is good. Never come to campus in slippers or chappal. Jeans with t-shirt or shirt coupled with shoes are also good. Never try to come to campus in shorts. When wearing pant, don't forget to wear belts also. For girls, any dress which does not violate the ethical standards or expose your body part should be worn. Wearing a wristwatch further boosts your personality. For students who have field practicals, I highly recommend to wear closed shoes with proper thick sole so that you may remain safe from the thorns or any other small insect pest present in the field. If sun is too hot in your area, you may also bring an umbrella during practical classes, but hats are still better because you do not have to hold them. Always try to come in class early due to number of reasons. First, you must sit in the front row because it is good for your eyes. Moreover, every classroom has some good and bad locations for recording a lecture. For example, if the windows are on the right side of the class, it may be difficult for the left side seats to record the lecture from the whiteboard because of the window glare. Similarly, if a fan is not functioning properly or the chair is damaged, it is also very difficult to take lecture in such position. Secondly, always try to take all the lectures because what you have recorded and perceived by directly listening to the teacher cannot be replicated by listening a lecture from student or already recorded notes. Last thing is about your behavior. Try to be vibrant and attentive. It is important that you look bright than you actually are. We, being a teacher, often put trust and faith in those students who are active in class and also provide feedback to us. I will discuss important things which a student must do before taking a class. In online class, First point is same as previous section. Never go in the battlefield without preparation. So always first do a proper breakfast and then attend the classes. Second point is the room in which you wanted to take the class should have proper lighting or should be well lit. In case of remote areas where there is a signal problem, try to sit in the rooms which are on the outside wall or in the porch. You may also sit under the tree or outside of your house if you feel that signals are more in open situation. Similarly, in case of city area, if you have DSL connection or you don't have any issue in internet connectivity, you may sit in any type of room you prefer. However, the orientation of yourself within a room is also very important, especially if you want to do a video conferencing. Always sit in such a way that light source is in front of you, light behind you or over your head cast shadow over your face and makes it very dull and dark. Lastly, it is better if you inform your family members about your upcoming class so that any unintentional disturbance can be avoided. There is no need to sit in front of laptop 5 to 10 minutes before class, but I advise that students to join the class on time, and it is better if you sit in chair 1 minute before the class. Lastly, there are few good habits which makes you a better student. First, always turn off your microphone. It prevents any background noise in the class and also gives you a free hand to do stuff without any fear of being spotted. I mean, you may eat, sneeze, talk to your mom or your family member during a lecture. If your microphone is turned off, you can do all these things without disturbing the class. However, if the microphone is on, you are disturbing the whole class along with you. Earpiece or headphones make sound clear to you. It is better to take notes of the lecture. In case of online lecture, you should not write everything from online class, but you may record that lecture. But I still advise students to write few hints like heading name, page number, or any special information like assignment, quiz, or exam announcement on your notebook. You may also write questions which you want to ask after the lecture end. How to ask a question, I will discuss it later in this video. Discuss few things about a teacher. A good student must classify teacher based on his or her behavior. In simplest way, I may say that a teacher is either friendly or aggressive. However, in real life the case is very complex. But if you take few classes of a teacher, you will have a rough idea to whom you are dealing with. For a friendly type teacher, you may ask and act freely, although I feel that no matter what happens, students should remain in their boundaries, not only for their safety, but also for a consistent personality development. For aggressive type teachers, I must say, be careful. Although I personally feel that a teacher must be polite and gentle, but we all are human beings and there is always exception. So be careful once encounter such case. Secondly, a student must also understand the course type and the teaching method clearly. Few topics in a course as well as few teachers love to dictate from notes. In such case, you may focus on the notes rather than on teacher. However, if the topic needs explanation and teacher also love to explain, then I must say students should be careful. In such cases, eye contact is very important because facial and hand gestures or any extra diagram on whiteboard make things much easier to understand than reading them from notes and trying to understand it by yourself. Lastly, most teachers, including me, give hints during lecture to make things easier for you. For example, a topic taught to you in detail by a teacher have more chances to be asked than a topic that is marginally covered by teacher. Similarly, teacher may give you hints like question can be asked as or this topic is very important from objective point of view. Always look for these hints and note them in your notebook. This is the most important section of this video. A student must listen and adopt these life hacks in his lecture recording. First of all the students should write lecture wisely. We do not need typewriters who blindly write every word which comes out of a person or a teacher. We need persons who can process information and write according to their needs. Secondly, we also encourage to use shorthand and symbols while recording lectures because it will make things more easier for you and quicker for you. But there is a word of advice. Do not use shorthand and symbols in examination. Let me give you an example what I mean from symbols and shorthand. Here is a definition. Here the words, the most repeated words like a branch of science or the last three words is called horticulture. These are most commonly known words to science students. These can be skipped while teaching. The teacher is dictating a definition to you. You may write the core words of a definition. For example, in this case, there are 5 to 6 words. You can see production of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. These 6 words are very important. And if I say to you that remember the above mentioned definition, it is difficult. However, if I want, if I say to you that please remember this one at the bottom with 6 words only, you can easily remember this definition. Once you remember these definitions, you are capable. I hope you are capable because you are from higher classes. So you can add these sentences before or after the definition to make it a complete definition. Similarly, you can also use symbols. What I mean from shorthand was that you can use commonly used symbols like here you can see between, before, because. These can be used as a symbol as soon as possible. That is, for example, you can see that there is a huge list, although there are many more. You can also create your own shorthands. For example, you can write fruits as FRT, vegetables as VGTB. But as I said, these are your personal vocabulary of shorthands. It has nothing to do with your examination. The only purpose of making these shorthand is to make you much more efficient in recording lectures. So you can record lecture very quickly and you can understand that lecture later on. Here you can see that in case of flower, I write FLWER or I made a symbol. You can also write some symbols. So few examples of symbols are just like that. You can see in case of writing inside, I draw a box and I point it inward. In case of left, I will use this symbol, left arrow key. Similarly, for advantages, I will use tick mark, and for disadvantages, I will use the cross sign. You can make your own these types of tools you can make by your own self. But the question is why to do these things? The answer is very simple. Eye contact is very important, especially if the teacher is explaining things to you or the topic is very logical. It is of prime importance that you focus on teacher because teacher usually transfer knowledge in verbal as well as non-verbal communication. Often the movement of hand or specific action make things very clear for student in a split second. Lastly, always take notes. And in case of taking notes, let me clarify things for you. Here you can see a typical notebook page and a lecture over it. You can see that there I have used lines to write different types of a thing. Instead of writing 1, 2, 3 or the details, I just draw few lines to make different types. This method of recording lecture is quicker as well as it is easier to understand by anyone. So use these things. Secondly, after recording this lecture, use the top of the page to write anything which is of prime importance in that class. For example, if the teacher announces a quiz in next class on Monday at 10:20, you may write it. Similarly, you may also write hints along the left side border if you have any. You may also write definitions there too, or anything the teacher wanted to give you some hints, you may write those hints here. This is the last section, and in this section I will discuss few important things which you must follow for effective learning. Important things regarding campus lectures. First one is always stay connected with your friends and colleagues, no matter what happens. Even if you know exact notes or you have correct date and time of exam, it is still better if you cross confirm these dates and notes with your friends. I have seen students missing their paper just because they misread the examination date sheet or were unaware of the proper notes. Second point is always be respectful. Never become too aggressive and never too passive. Try to be neutral, gentle, and respectable for others. I have seen students who behave very nicely with teachers but are very rough and bitter with their colleagues. I personally feel that we all should give respect to each other. From a teacher's perspective, obedience is key to success and key to impress. The third and last point is I strongly suggest that the students should discuss notes and lecture briefings with one another in groups over a cup of tea or lunch. Native language is always easy to understand, and bright students may help their friends in understanding a difficult or confusing topic in easy way. In case of online classes, the first point is same as already discussed. Always stay connected to your friends regarding examination dates, notes, and other aspects. If you are unable to attend a lecture, it is always better that you assign duty to your friend to record that lecture with great care. And if you missed a lecture, it is better to ask at least two friends and students and combine their notes for a better experience of that lecture. Lastly, the etiquettes. These are very important points. Every student must follow these for an online better experience. First one is you must know how to talk to a teacher. Always be respectful. Second one is the most common mistake in online lectures that students intentionally or unintentionally left their microphone on, which causes great disturbance in online classes. Do not turn on your microphone during whole lecture unless it is needed. Number two, if you have to ask a question during a lecture, never interrupt a teacher by turning on your microphone. It is always better that you type that question in chat box and send that question to the teacher. In platforms like Zoom, if you have raised hand option available, it is better you avail it and raise your hand and teacher will ask you when he feels suitable. That's all about our today's video. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe my channel for more related videos. I wish all the students a very good luck for your future. God bless you all. Thank you very much.